What's up, YouTube? So I had a Volkswagen dealer slam us today. So a customer came in like 2 months ago for his catalytic converter getting stolen on his Volkswagen 2.5. And we put Bosch direct fit O2 sensors for the two that were missing. He has a three oxygen sensor system. And we scan the car before we start on, excuse me. We always do a pre-evaluation of the check engine light before we start working on these people's cars because they always point the finger back at you. So we scan the car. It's got a cam position sensor code. It's got nothing to do with a stolen catalytic converter. Chopped up wire harnesses for his O2 sensors. We tell every customer the same thing. We have to restore your exhaust system, plug in your O2 sensors, and see what you get after that. If you have an electrical issue or a burned up PCM or a damaged processor, that is not my problem. That is your problem. You should see the dealer. So here we are a month later. The guy comes back and we scan his car and cam position sensor codes in there. And he's like, oh, yeah, I can fix that. And I'm like, that's very odd because I've done hundreds of these cats and had nobody come back for electrical issues that I know of. And it's got a mid O2 sensor code and a downstream O2 sensor code with no exhaust leaks, with a known quality MagnaFlow universal cat that we put on all these stolen Volkswagens. So I tell the guy, I'll change the downstream O2 sensor. You still need to change the cam position sensor. So this is the second time I'm telling him that he needs it to resolve the cam position sensor code, related or not, which it's not to the stolen cats or stolen cats and the job at hand. So the cats are on back order for Volkswagen. So I said, if you get a light back on, bring it back. Let's scan it. He comes back again. He says, I just took it to Volkswagen. They said I need a whole entire exhaust system to fix the oxygen sensor codes. I'm like, well, what about the cam position sensor code? Oh, I ain't worried about that. I just need to get through inspection. You're not going to get through inspection with a cam position sensor code. Well, I could fix that in 5 minutes. Well, I told you a month ago that it was bad and you still didn't fix it. So I said, where's the paperwork from the dealership that says that the exhaust system is why the O2 sensors are coding? Well, they said because it's aftermarket and all this stuff. I said the catalytic converter does not cause oxygen sensor circuit codes. Never. Well, that's not what they say. I don't care what they say. I said, why are they saying you need a whole entire exhaust system? Well, they recommended it. Well, that doesn't mean you need it. So don't be scammed by the dealership there that you have to have all OEM parts. So since this guy doesn't really want to actually help me fix his car, he wants to just keep dicking around with, he still has a cam position sensor code. The dealer says he needs a whole exhaust system. I said, if you had a catalytic converter efficiency code, then you have a problem with your catalytic converter. But since you have a 2 and 3 position oxygen sensor codes that are not related to the catalytic converter, you have an issue with your processor or wiring, which that is not my problem because we told you we don't deal with the wiring or processors that are damaged from chopped up wires. That's why we send you to the dealership so they can sell you a new computer and flash your car and whatever else. Our job is to put your vehicle back the way it was before it was stolen, and you already had a check engine light on for a cam position sensor, so you were already neglecting the car. So at this point in time, I said to Rachel, I said, well, we can either order OEM sensors and put them in, which I already know that this isn't going to work because Bosch is OE for Volkswagen. So we put Bosch OE O2 sensors in there. I changed the third one for the second time. I'm done chasing my tail. I'm convinced there's other issues with this car. Regardless if the dealer says to you, you need an OEM exhaust system to get your check engine light out for O2 sensor codes, something's way to fuck off there. They're not going to know shit until they put parts on that car and figure that out. Because it's not like the system's dead. It has a grounding issue because we tried to ground it with our hands and the O2 sensor started to come alive. So it's got some type of grounding issue going on in the processor. The wiring looked clean under the car. And like I said, I've done hundreds of stolen Volkswagen cats the same exact way that this guy's car, and he's like, oh, it has to be Volkswagen parts. Only at Volkswagen does it have to be Volkswagen parts. There's thousands and if not millions of people put aftermarket parts on their Volkswagen every day. So at this point, since this guy was just, he doesn't want to hear it, and he's saying the dealership's God, and then he has a guy that's going to fix his car in New York for him. He just wants his money back. I said, okay, no problem. Bring your car here. I'll take my shit off and you can drive it out of here with no exhaust on it. I really don't give a shit. But this next guy who gets it because the dealer said, right? How many times have I busted the dealer in their ass when they said that there was something wrong with their car, and I proved that they were straight ripping off their customer when it didn't need all that? You can search my videos, and many other high quality guys out here like Ford Boss Me and the Toyota Car Nut and Raymond Ray's. All these guys have busted dealerships knocking people's dicks in the dirt for no reason. This car does not need an entire exhaust system. The dealer actually sent me a video of the exhaust system I made, and I was like, yeah, well, what's wrong? Well, the position of the oxygen sensors are not in this. It's a universal cat for a Volkswagen. It's center bed sample with a second O2 sensor and an O2 sensor after that. And we've done hundreds the same way with zero issues. So, like I said, the dealer just tried to knock his dick in the dirt. Probably try and sell him a $10,000 job, I bet. I assure you they didn't back probe the PCM and run all that stuff because I never even got a receipt. But I said, you know what, just to be done with this guy. I know you have a bigger problem than this. Enjoy your life. Give me my parts back. Have a nice day. Sometimes it's just got to be that way. And it is. Thanks for watching.